Hello and welcome to Computer Essentials. My name is Al Waltner. I'm the computer science teacher here at Kent Ridge High School, and I also teach Computer Essentials class. I've been teaching in the Kent School District now for about 38 years or so, and among the many things that I teach besides computer programming is we teach a class that basically shows you all the basic things you need to know to be successful in high school, and that's Computer Essentials. My contact information is here on the page, as you can see. There's my email address, and that is the best way to get a hold of me. So if you have questions, go into Outlook and send me an email at that email address you can see here. You can also find me on the KR homepage. If you go to the staff directory, you can look up all the teachers that you have and find out their email addresses. And once again, email is the best way to get a hold of me. Make sure your parents know that as well. If they need to get a hold of me, that an email to me is by far the best method for that. We'll be using a program called Canvas, and Canvas allows you to send messages. So you'll be able to do that as well with individual assignment. If you have a question, you can send that. I'll be contacting you from time to time, maybe once a week or so, just to see how things are going. And I'll also CC your parents so that your parents will know that I'm contacting them or contacting you and letting you know that how are things going and how are we progressing. This is going to be an unusual year because we are going to be doing this all remotely, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So Computer Essentials it's basically a typing class. All right, and everybody has all different levels of typing ability. Some people can type really fast and they know how to type correctly without looking at the keys, and they don't make very many mistakes. For you, the typing section will be, well, good practice, let's put it that way. But there's a lot of people who don't type correctly, or they hunt and peck with one or two fingers, and they use the backspace key all the time. All right, for you, this class is a great opportunity for you to slow down, start learning from scratch, and learn to type correctly so you don't have to look at the keys. All right, for example, I've been typing for a long time and I learned how to type the correct way. So I can type and talk at the same time and go through. And you want to get to that same level so that you can get your work done in high school. You're going to be using your computer for everything this year with the remote learning. And so the more you can type, the better you can type, the faster you're going to get things done. So it's worth the time and effort, and this class will give you that time. We'll also be learning how to format some documents, right? In your life, you're probably going to have to write a letter, and it might be a letter for an application. It might be a letter to a business or to an organization. It might be any other kind of letter or correspondence. And there's a correct way to format letters, just like there's a correct way to appear if you go to a job interview. All right, you want to make sure you look good and you're ready to go. Well, the same thing is true with a letter. Remember, all they can see is a piece of paper, and if that piece of paper is really sloppy and it's not done correctly, that represents you, and you don't want people to think that of you. So we'll talk about letters. Memos are not that big a deal anymore because we have email, and then there's a thing called an MLA style report. And here at Kent Ridge High School, there's a specific way that your English teachers, your social studies teachers, your history, all your teachers in your classes, they'll expect a certain report format. Not that hard to do. It's called the MLA report format. We'll have a quick section on Excel spreadsheets, and with an Excel spreadsheet you could do a lot of math basically and keep track of things. Excel is probably one of the most popular programs in the world because it does all that math, and it's used by businesses a lot. So a good basic instruction that we'll give you on Excel. All right, after that, we'll talk about presentation skills. And when we weren't doing remote learning, we had to do presentations up in the front of the class. Well, now we'll be expecting you to record yourself in front of your computer, and we'll teach you how to make production or do presentation skills. So it's not about PowerPoint. It's really about how you use your voice. It's how you present. It's how you make a conversation between yourself and your audience so you have that connection. And then finally, at the end of the course, we'll have an integrated document project where we'll integrate word processing and spreadsheets and presentations. So that's basically Computer Essentials. Now, this is being recorded in early August. And at this point in time, we don't know exactly what the schedule is going to be. they have hinted at the fact that we will have courses which last a quarter, all right, instead of a whole semester. All right, that means we have to get this all done in 9 weeks' time, all right, as opposed to 18 weeks that we would normally have. That means you're going to have to do twice as much work each day. So you'll have to spend a lot of time typing, and then we'll go through the letters and reports. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. So it's going to be new for all of us. So we'll see how things work out when we get done with that. Here's some of the resources. If you've never used Canvas before, Canvas is the program that we use to run classroom management. I'll send out daily announcements so you can log in, check on Canvas, see what you're supposed to do, all right, and then you can get your assignments and you can turn those in. Now, if you don't know where to get access to it, on your laptop, you should have a link in your browser called KSD Frequently Used Links. And if you click on it and then look under Student Tools, you'll find e-learning, and in parentheses it will say Canvas. So that's how you can access Canvas. Or you can go directly to Canvas right here. Here's the address, and you can just type that in your browser and then create a shortcut, because you're going to use Canvas in almost all of your classes to get your information. So if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and set up Canvas on your laptop so that you can see all of your classes. Now, like I said, as of this recording, those courses haven't been set up for us as teachers, but I'm expecting that later on in August we'll have those set up and ready to go for you. All right. Then there's this program here. It's called Typing Club. All right. And Typing Club is our typing tutorial. It is a self-paced tutorial, and what you will do throughout the semester is you'll just work at your own pace to try to finish up the lessons. Now, it might seem a little overwhelming, but here's the Typing Club. Once you go there, and you can see the link is ksd415.typingclub.com. All right, and I'll be giving you a course code in a little bit. There's a short little video that I'll have that shows you how to set up Typing Club. But once you get here, there's 685 lessons. Now, before you think, okay, that's a lot, well, it is a lot of lessons, but it took me about 12 hours to do, all right? And so I'm not expecting you to do it in 12, but if you just keep working at it a little bit at a time every day, all right, then you should be able to get pretty good at your typing, all right? It even helped me, and I've been typing for a long time, all right? And in Microsoft Office 365 is installed on your computer, so we'll be using Word, we'll be using Excel, all right, we'll be using PowerPoint. And then the course is designed to be 100% online, and so because it's going to be 100% online, there are lots of YouTube videos. So as far as how much internet access you need to have, if you can watch this video, you should have no problem being able to see the other videos that are for this class. All right. All right, so here's kind of the step-by-step. Every day you're going to get announcements. All right, there's assignments that you look in there and assignments to be collected. All right, I grade them in Canvas. Then once I've done all my grading in Canvas, I will post them to Skyward. Then your parents can check Canvas on your computer, or they can check Skyward the way they normally check Skyward to get your grade. All right, this is not a rocket science class. This is actually a pretty easy class. And the only students who don't do well in this class are the students who don't do the work. All right, and so that brings up the problem of remote learning. Okay, as you saw, some of you, most of you probably, you tried the remote learning at the end of last year when we shut down because of the COVID-19 situation. And you have to ask yourself, did you get involved, or were you one of the students who didn't do much? And so I designed this course so that it is 100% remote learning. You're going to have video tutorials, you'll have Canvas announcements and assignments. You could do this course anytime, 24 hours a day, you can access this information. All right, you don't have to wait for the scheduled class time. We don't know what that's going to be just yet, but there will be class time for Computers Essentials. All right, during that class time, I'll basically be answering questions, but at the beginning of the course, we'll just be typing, so all you need to do is maybe check in, and I'll have things to say, but I'll be giving you a lot of time to work, but you can do it, once again, any time of day and anywhere. All right. There will be a discussion section in Canvas for you to post questions if you have questions, or to answer questions that other students might have, and so you can work on that. And then we'll have individualized summative assessments. So, you know, we have the problem in class, it's bad enough. I'll give an assignment and then I have to worry about who really did the work. And so for our summative assessments in this class, they will be individualized. Every test will be different because of the way the question will be stated, right? Each person will have to create their own document with their own information, right? So they won't be just copying down something and pasting. So that way, you know, you can't have two people turning in the same thing because no two people would answer the question the same. All right, so I'm going to try to keep all my videos limited to about this time. It's been about 10.5 minutes on this video, and we'll get started as quick as we can. And just remember, like it says in big bold letters at the bottom, your success in this class is up to you. All right, you have to be willing to put in the time in all your classes and try to get all of your work done. This one should not be an overwhelming work class, so make sure you get everything done and then you'll be successful. All right, we'll see you real soon in all the other lessons.